afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to 1 vs 1 on Langraskaya. Between the north it is Tiramisu, fighting for the American Army. Democracy, freedom, taking on the role here of the 4th Armored Division. Versus in the south it is not Angreifen here, it's actually, I think, Asiamint, fighting for Germany, Deutschland, Reich. Taking on the role here of the Panzerdivision. Also realised, forgot to turn up the volume again. Apologies there. So there you go. Anyway, Sturmpanier follows out there for Angreifen, or not Angreifen, Asiamint. I believe again it's out of PFCs. Some of these places just keep changing the names, pretending to be others. So I think this is Asiamint. Like, I don't got quite full control on this one. Anyways, Darafneon for Tiramisu, and we got Grand Offensive out here for Asiamint with Panzer facilities then following up rapidly in the face of the Fultz companies. We also got metal supply and Goliath bulletins there, which of course won't make any difference here. Versus heavy cavalry, infantry, and recon support with triple for there for Tiramisu. Swiftly moving eastwards here to secure the points towards the fuel point there as Asiamint moves up the eastern side and the west side, spreading out a bit more. Of course, once the Panzer facilities hit, that's not really going to change anything now, is it? Barbed wire up here by the eastern house there to make it slightly harder for Asiamint to breach into that one. Fultz is Rifle out in the open. Fultz needs to point into heavy cover fast. Otherwise, Rifle just get into heavy cover and then they'll beat the Fultz company is silly, which he just immediately just hits retreat there. An interesting move there by Asiamint. Would have just, I think, helped better than the heavy cover, but that's just me. Nothing further on the base there. Panzer secure on the point here in the west as we got the Sturmpanier moving straight for the western fuel point. Third route on the way there for Tiramisu. Rifleman setting out there. Graham eastern point here with the rear echelons. More Panzer facilities here for Asiamint, so this is going to be a Panzer facility heavy strategy, which do seem to be slightly becoming more in vogue as of late. Though of course they still just go heavy on Fultz guns and whatnot, but Panzer facility strategies do seem to be slightly gaining traction. Western field secure there. Not entirely sure what that was about. Probably some stupid Microsoft thing. Panzer there's a foot rifle here by the centre victory point, right on the way there for Asiamint, standing on watch here by the road. Rifle almost got the eastern victory point. So far, Tiramisu is only getting a nice chunk of the map here compared with Asiamint and the Panzerdivision. Panzer is doing what they can with the K9 case, but they're starting to make any headway with the riflemen. More arriving. Fultz continues to go out with the other rifle squad. Moving in there, 2 rifle squads, there's 2 Panzer squads at range. The Panzer Fusiliers should have the upper hand here versus Tiramisu, which does make it a bit strange. He's willingly fighting at range versus the Panzer Fusilier because it looks like he's realizing, hang on, this is a bad idea, and slowly begins to drought. In fact, he managed to bait out the Panzer for a bit there by nice move there. Third Panzer squad on the way there for Asiamint. So it's been going for a pretty heavy infantry build there. 1 full Grenadier squad, triple Panzer Fusiliers and the Sturmpanier. Triple rifleman there for Tiramisu with some tech on the way there. That is going to be the platoon command post up there for Tiramisu. Sturmpanier is moving in, backed up by the Panzer Fusiliers, pushing back the rifle here by the centre. In the east side here, Fultz continues to skirmish out with the rifle and in fact slowly losing out. Third Panzer Fusilier squad out there for Asiamint. Rifle falling back here as Asiamint's right flank slowly advances there. And Tiramisu's line backwards. You got the lieutenant up and there might be either some fast tech or a 50 caliber there to try and put pressure there on Asiamint's infantry advancing slowed down. There we go. Third squad arriving. He's got a trot on the way there, at which point he can then, after it's got, actually set up, he can then add recon packages to his Panzer position if he wants to. Skirmishing here, intensifying. Riesten's rifle slowly losing out to the Sturmpanier, backed up by the Panzer facilities here. Rifle also routed as Asiamint advances like a field grey tide on Tiramisu's lines, which are basically crumpling away. Panzer squad, they could do the retreating for some reinforcement. For this well, I also would say heavily extended. And there you go, swift counterattack here by Tiramisu, trying to hit some of the weaker elements in Asiamint's frontline forces, but actually looks like they might be able to pull it off then, in which case good work. Lieutenant leads the charge with his Thompson, laying down some heavy fire now. All of a sudden, there's only 1 Panzer squad that is battle ready here against all of Tiramisu's infantry. In fact, again, the rest will have to retreat as soon as any sign of hostility appears here from Tiramisu. So he could only get so far here. Still, he's made good headway, then done some damage. We got the M20 following up here for Tiramisu. Back here, troops reinforcing. Probably adding some medics soon. And again, I imagine we're seeing the recon package happen at some point for some of the Panzer Fusiliers. Then again, he might be planning Panzerschrecks first, since he must be figuring he could be hit by a fast light vehicle, in which case double Panzerschreck could be one way of dealing with him, but Who knows? We'll have to see. But AM20 is going to hit him soon. So, I mean, he's going to need some sort of response. I suppose he could try and ignore it, though. That would certainly be a bit ambitious. But not impossible with the flat half track. There we go. G-foot flees on the way, so there won't be Panzer Rex. That means he's going to have to rely on the flat half track, like I can deal with the M20. And of course, then add something on top of that M20, like say the sort of light tank. He's definitely going to need something bigger than the flat half track. Deep flank here by Asiamint. Going to hit the fuel pond there. Very good. West side there we got Panzerfusilier with Sturmpanzer coming in there. Big push here by Asiamint. I think in part just secures his own fuel supply then. Maybe also threaten the car pond there of Tiramisu by swinging up through here and then sort of hitting the point here. Maybe the help point there as well. Possibility. And then of course all at the same time he's launching a distracted maneuver here in the fires. There we go. We got the M20 reel here now to Asiamint. We'll have to help response to that. Panzerfusilier routed. Also big thanks to William for donating and sponsored by Propagandacast. And as always, while I'm remembering it, please remember to like, subscribe and share and press that bell button. And just got a quick smoke stream down to cover the retreat of the Panzerfusiliers. Very good move there by Asiamint. And there you go, as more or less predicted, he made that sort of hard swing from the west into the center there to hit sort of the exposed points there. And again, a follow-up to the distracted move there on the right flank. So, good play there by Asiamint. Got Tiramisu there thoroughly outmaneuvered and caught off guard. A beautiful flank there. Flank half track halfway down there for Asiamint. Meanwhile, though, Tiramisu is going to be hitting him really hard. As obviously, he does not like what's happening at the moment. For very obvious reasons, I should hope. Sturmpanzer bringing in there, close to veterans 1. Panzer slowly falling back here. Probably don't want to be caught on by the M20 of the retreat path too easily. Sturmpanzer bringing in to intercept. And we got the flak half track almost done there for Asiamint. Panzer squad, they will need to retreat soon as well, I think. There we go, concussive grenade off. Catching both here. Tiramisu just goes for the center in a very tight spot. Panzer's moving in, flak half as well there. Another devious maneuver by Asiamint catches Tiramisu off guard and leaves him running. Still, he managed to get back the cutoff point, but with this maneuver, most of his infantry has all been depleted. He cannot maintain cohesion. He's got the M20, but the flak half track should be able to push this off. So Asiamint has once more managed to reroute the entire battle in his favour. Beautiful maneuvering, beautiful maneuvering. Flak half track down the M20, causing heavy damage with the 20 mm flak gun. Panzer there being pushed off the rifle squad. Still with a flak half track there, he should be able to turn that around in his favour, and as all this is happening, got a big push into these with 2 infantry squads, threatening Tiramisu's fuel supply there as well. A good double whammy there from Asiamint, seizing the eastern munitions point here. And rifle squad will soon find that cover does not matter particularly much in the face of a 2 cm flak. We got reactions of the bazookas moving in, and if they get close, great, but the flak half track and the Panzer is getting close to the flak half track. It's going to be quite the ordeal. So there you go, routed car point, they're about to cut off, fuel point there. You see, we've got the M20 going in there, since obviously can't do anything around the flak half track anyways. Back into Tiramisu's base, he's struck their resources again. The fuel harassment and the car point harassment, more specifically from Asiamint, has proven to be quite catastrophic here for Tiramisu. And there you go, rifle squad went down. The Panzer is striking hard here at Tiramisu and the 3rd Armoured Division. Flak half track falling back there, 5 killed so far, close to engines 1. Infantry falling back for now across the centre as they are in no condition to withstand fresh assault there from Tiramisu. And so of course rather than waste units on that, he just pulls back to refresh and just launch another counter attack anyways. It's a good place there, I would say, by Asiamint. Good read on the situation. I can't remember out there. He is likely anticipating a Stuart light tank to deal with his flak half track. Or possibly something else. Tiramisu has yet to reel his hand though in terms of tech. There's still heavy cavalry, infantry and recon support, so there's open possibilities at this point. Heavy cavalry or recon support are most likely. I think recon support for some of the call-in stuff, maybe the Greyhound or the paratroopers. Heavy cavalry obviously for the Pershing, but maybe Rangers as well. We'll have to see there though. Flak half track there, pushing back the lieutenant a bit from the centre. We got 466 versus 416. Small lead there for Asiamint over Tiramisu. 50 caliber there on the way for Tiramisu to help deal with the infantry, but also if you can catch the 50 caliber with the armor piercing rounds off the 50 caliber, you can actually do some heavy damage to it. Not that it's going to be easy, but it's possible. Lieutenant here versus the Panzers in the centre. And there you go, got the 50 caliber out. The Mardeus, he may have to go for now to help contain Asiamint's infantry assaults. As again, he's wielding them quite deviously. You can, but we're going to upgrading them with the more G43s, and we got another truck on the way. That's going to be very likely a Schwerer Panzer Hauptquartier. And what is this? We do not get G46, we get a pair of Panzerschrecks out here for Asiamint. Possibly deeming that the potential vehicular threat from Tiramisu might be something he's a bit more concerned about. There goes 2nd 50 caliber, again good versus the infantry, and then reasonably okay with the flak after that. Again, he sort of set up for 50 caliber round, or the armor piercing rounds at the right timing. If he can do that again, he can quickly do some serious damage, and if Asiamint is then too slow, he can risk losing the flak half track to it. Also some movement up the west side, very good. Tiramisu trying to use Asiamint tactics against him. Slowly moving ahead here, bazooka team, all that, but there you go, flak half track. As always, a bit of an obstacle, but there you go, they do manage to volley this time around. And due to the light cover, they're a bit slightly harder to press here. The flak half track falls back. That's an opening there for Tiramisu, possibly here versus Asiamint in the west. Counter attack going in there. M20 rolling in here in a swift response. And Asiamint, at least for now, is slightly loosening his grip on the right flank, deciding to push hard in response to the threat to his western field point, which is not necessarily too bad. Of course, he could maybe relieve it by launching a sufficiently hard attack on Tiramisu's fuel, but there we go. Panzerschrecks opening up there. Quick surprise there for Tiramisu's M20. May also cause him to not consider this a light tank at all, since double Panzerschrecks backed up by the Kettenwerfer could easily put some serious jackboot on that, which of course might leave Tiramisu less incentivized towards considering that. We'll have to see what it goes for instead though. 5th caliber there, backing up a rifle assault on the center victory point, very good. Moving up the eastern side as well, again double 50 calibers will give Tiramisu quite some heft here. And Asiamint so fast responding, we're going for light infantry guns to try and counter the American submachine, or heavy machine guns, not submachine guns, good god. I mean, I know the Americans have something for big calibers, but not that big. Flak half track, and they're backed up by the Panzerjäger Panzer there on the rifle side of the house as the 2 centimeter flak just hammers round through the windows and the walls. So now Tiramisu is the one who controls most of the map, but it mostly seems partly due to just Asiamint conceding ground to him more willing around than just keep trying to fight around here. They think he could hold it, but it might come at a higher cost than he wanted to, and in particular again the 50 caliber is very much I think the driving force behind this fallback for Asiamint. Of course, that could change with the arrival of the light infantry guns. Of course, there's an issue with this fallback. It actually means that Tiramisu can use the buildings here against Asiamint, which makes it harder for him to actually maintain a defense around here, since it's going to be a tricky for him to deal with that. Plus, of course, there's assaults from here, so it's a bit of a risky situation to actually be sort of forced into this position as a southern player, in particular as an Axis player either way, since any allied player can actually force you into a pretty effective stranglehold. But there you go. Wise move here by moving up the right flank. Oh, you might want to commit a bit more infantry, but at the same time, of course, has to defend on the west. Threatening the fuel there. Tiramisu is really just looking to slow down Asiamint's economy as fast as possible. And there you go. We do get recon support. Gives him access, of course, to Perch. It was also the pack out, which makes it easier for him to maintain this, shall we say, sieging position of Asiamint and sort of throttle him out there. He did lose a bazooka there, which in theory Asiamint could pick up, but then again, you might just want to stick to a good German engineering and see Panzerschreck, which was actually based off the American bazooka, and where they pretty much just went, you know, Helmut, yeah, we can do better than this, yeah. And then he just made a bigger rocket. Thank you, moving up. Paratroopers out. I imagine we're seeing light machine guns here from Tiramisu, and this is really worried. He's going to be hit by fast tanks here by Asiamint, in which case he could theoretically try and pull for the bazookas there. He could try for it, but I'm not super sold, at least in this stage he might be doing that. Maybe they're about to be hosed down. Of course, that means he's going to be pushing fast for tanks. And similarly, though, that's what Asiamint's going to do. He might also go for some orbital gun with infant assault rifles, which put more pressure on Tiramisu's infantry. Almost got the flak half track here, though. 50 caliber rounds, and they're doing, or armor piercing rounds, doing some heavy rounds. I mean, it's not like you need to switch his caliber. That'd be a bit mechanically complicated to set up a machine gun that can do that. And probably not worth it. Got the orbital gun on the way there for Asiamint and the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision. Fixing up the flak half track, Sturmpanzer is quick with the bazooka as well. What's that you have there, Helmut? It's a bazooka, the Americans call it. I use it as a souvenir. Ah, it's for my kids back home in Hamburg. Ah. Pedro there easily beating the Panzerlehr with the Panzerschrecks. Of course, got the Lanz gun providing immediate artillery support here, landing a quick hit there on Charles, though it is actually Bob that ends up dead as he gets shot by a German. Flak up in the flank in there, going nice. So they actually is able to hit them outside of cover there by that angle. So he's able to quickly suppress them. Major in the way, may have to retreat. Oh, did he call in artillery with that? Yup. He did. Might slow down Asiamint a bit, but it might also means he can't immediately get light machine gun on his paratroopers, or at least it slows down the acquisition of light machine guns for them, which would be pretty great hit for Tiramisu versus Asiamint. Far west, they've got rifles as Sturmpaniers, with Bazooka they have less anti-infantry, but of course they'll have the Concussive Grenade, and of course still have, well, the flak half-track, which, just as it happens, managed to gain Vegetation, which of course means a massive increase in just DPS, and just means it can much more easily kill units. Far right flank here, Tiramisu suffers another blow there as Asiamint and the Panzer there sees his way of 50 caliber there from Tiramisu. He can soon go for the Sherman, though of course he may feel the need for a Jackson tank destroyer instead. By the way, Asiamint puts that 50 caliber to use right away against the armies. There we go, heavy damage to the M20, but nothing that really kills it. Paratroopers Major Lieutenant caught by the German 50 caliber there, quickly hosing down a Grand Troop there, rather than being halted by the flak half-track there. Overall, Tiramisu's advances are encountering severe resistance. That flak half-track is paying itself off big time here for Asiamint. Big time. And so at this point, Tiramisu might be better off actually going for the company command post, A for half-track of his own, but also anti-tank guns to maybe counter the other half-track there, rather than pushing for the M20 there. There certainly has been, I think, in some cases at least a slight increase in half-track there from American players anyways, so we'll have to see that, but for now at least, Asiamint's flak half-track has proven to be a very solid investment. Lieutenant pushed away there. Paratroopers on the way, not fully reinforced. He can soon go for the Sherman, but again he might feel the need for a Jackson tank, so he's probably expecting Asiamint to either push for a Panzer IV, possibly in a Tiger. I mean, he knows he's seen Panzer Fusiliers, he's seen the Orbitals with the infantry assault rifles, so he should be aware of the high possibility of the Tiger tank to come his way, in which case he's going to need more than a pair of bazookas, well, one bazooka I think. I think they're back to double there, but still he's going to need more than a pair of bazookas to stop a Tiger tank. This isn't Saving Private Ryan. But they didn't do it anyways, did they? With bazookas, that is. They've got there, during a counter-attack there by Asiamint. Of course, the flak half-track provides ample support, but there you go, bazooka team appears and plugs a few rockets into the 251-17 there. Almost ace over there on the M20. Do we have any mines down? We do not. Then again, at this point, he's probably better off just adding more bazookas to say the Major and some more BARs to him. Of course, light machine guns to the paratroopers. At this point, it might even begin being worthwhile to just consider bazookas on the paratroopers as well. Maybe. But yeah, M36 Jackson tanks on the way for Tiramisu. He knows what path Asiamint is taking, and that's going to be the path that's going to require Jackson at the other end of it, if he wants to survive. At least not immediately getting rolled over. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Jackson tank is halfway down there for Tiramisu in the centre. Assault going through there, smoke showing off from the light infantry gun. 2 thumbs out there from Asiamint for coming up as attack there. They've of course got the pack counter. Devastating Asiamint's Fulton Grenadiers. Still offensive 50 gun from firing, and these we've got the punch facility there. This is the Ace M20 now. Forcing the 50 gun there to position, and the Panzer just chatting straight at the pack counter. DB's moved there by Asiamint. Flak happening up on the right flank there. That's going to catch the Major in a really bad spot, and the Major found out in a major way that he's not bulletproof. Or 2 centimeter on flak proof. Lieutenant Ravnev as the paratroop was up close, pushing away easily. 50 caliber up there on the Panzer Fusilier, and we got the M36 Jackson out. Needs to be mindful, of course, of the Panzerjägers there, as they can otherwise do some serious damage to the Jackson without it being able to respond. Ooh. In terms of M20 flank encountering issues due to the Kettenwerfer, and of course the Sturmpaniers with a bazooka. Or as Helmut likes to call it, Ernst. I don't know why though. Paired with that, equipped with the double Browning light machine guns. The particular version they used, I believe, was sort of slightly modified to more similar to the MG42 with a pistol grip. That would be able to use it more efficiently. Raveling up, they're pushing away the Panzer Fusiliers there from the western point. Oberstein charging forwards with their infantry Sturmgewehrs. Panzer there charging ahead. Langraskaya firing away. Raveling against there by the Obersoldaten. Up close to the Obersoldaten, there we go. Veterans 1 should easily be able to clear them out. And they're going to get a battle line just to ensure the Americans die. In this case, rather the paratroopers swing the engagement in favour of America for a few seconds before the rest of the German army arrives with a flak half-track. Which at Veteran 2 certainly can remind you of that flak from Saving Private Ryan and what it does to the American infantry then. But obviously, less gory in-game. Pack out to the final way, 8 kills, halfway to Veteran 2. And there you go. Asiamint and the German army summoned forth a Tiger tank. Fun fact, the Panzer did actually have a small company of Tigers attached to it. Noteworthy, it was not designated a heavy tank company, it was actually a radio controlled company. They actually meant to control, I think, Goliaths. No fun fact there. But they had a couple of Tigers and a King Tiger of the older model attached to it that way. Panzer Commander being added there. Tiger tank up from the Lieutenant here. Good hit there. Lieutenant being blasted into oblivion here by the arrival of the Schwere Panzer. Flank half-track Veteran 3 there falling back. Would be a shame to lose it then. There's already done quite a bit of good work there for Germany. Tiger advances. Shoots. Misses. Although, had the ambulance been positioned over here, it might actually have a chance of taking it out there. Going there for the Western victory point. We got the Tiger tank moving in there. We got 366 versus 224. Rather than taking a nasty hit from the Tiger tank. East side slight movement there from Asiamint. They also got pushed for the centre, but there you go. Panzer Fusiliers almost wiped out. Paratroopers not fully reinforced. Tiramisu realises the issue there and pulls them back. He's going to need other Germans, some Scots to help deal with some all of Asiamint's infantry because they're definitely proving to be a significant problem here for Tiramisu. He's basically operating with 6 infantry squads, which is actually a bit of a challenge, but if you can do it, it can be quite effective. But it does require some good micromanagement skills to be able to sort of juggle that much infantry without necessarily just losing one of them to something really dumb. Which is usually why I advise 5 as a maximum. But if you can make 6 to work, great. Jackson lands a Greyhound the Tiger tank, piercing its 100mm thick armor. Tiger tank rolls back to get out of that mess. Tiramisu can go for Sherman. He could also theoretically try and go for another Jackson tank destroyer to increase his chances of, you know, putting the Tiger tank out of commission.
A capture point is under attack.
Obviously, that would mean not going for something that also deal with infantry, which could also be a problem in the longer run for Tiramisu. I mean, either I think is viable, but they do have each of their own caveats. Paratroopers M20 going here for the Panzers by the Firestone point. We got victory 3 with 20 kills. We got 365 on 96. Tiramisu certainly being up victory points, and the Panzer Fusiliers are not making things easier for Tiramisu. 5th Cavalry joining in, Titan up in far west here. We got the Jackson moving in, trying to land some hits, but finds nothing and instead pulls back. German 5th Cavalry up in the Lieutenant, gaining veterans on the process, very good. Tiger tank slowly advancing there on Tiramisu's positions, and he's coming to the double Jackson. He really wants that Tiger tank dead. Certainly indicating how much sort of mental space it's occupying inside Tiramisu's head. It is his white whale to his Ahab. He's white whale to his. Anyways, you get the idea. Return there being plastered with heavy 50 cover fire there. Pack out and landing great in return. Get back to 2-9 kills. Lanfrey gun with 1 kill, halfway to 2, certainly indicating there's a massive difference between the two. Orbison moving ahead. 11 kills in fact. And Veteran 2. Bad news for any of Asiamint's infantry and support weapons. Second Jackson about to be down there for Tiramisu. Flak half check repositioning on the far west, going here for the Western fuel point. And there you go, resistance are being sawn apart there. Definitely not a good retreat path out there against a veteran 3 flak half-track. Panzers joining in. There could be very well a bitter wipe there on Tiramisu. And there you go, the resistance got slaughtered. Got the M20 and the Jacks moving in. They could try and take out the flak half-track, but Asiamint is quick to pull it out of the line to avoid it being, well, shot to pieces. Target tank once more fixed up here for Asiamint. Moves ahead once more. Got Stalemate being digging around the centre victor point, making more defence. We've got Pip covering up in the new trend. Jackson had to go in the target tank. Paratroopers managed not to get hit by an 88mm shell there through sheer luck. And second shot there goes too far. Kills one of the lieutenant's men, but not the paratroopers. Panzers launching a counterattack there with FC 421 kills and the centre troop being annihilated. Jackson slowly moving up. They're trying to catch that target tank here. A lot of fire ranging back and forth. Rivals got almost right up. Paratroopers taking heavy casualties. Panzer has been fight ahead there. Intense fighting over the centre here. We got 317 versus 189. Fifth cover there, about to go obliterate, and there you go. Jackson lands great here on the target tank, putting it down to half health. And their flak captain West taking hit from the Jacks. Got the M2 moving in. Looks like, oh, Asiamint is not paying attention. He might be able to get off an attack round there and take it out. No, it's too quick to fall away there. Oh, second Jacks moving up and hits the house instead. That's less impressive. And there you go, Pan takes the move. About to take Betsy free there against Tiramisu and Democracy. Troops sending out. Jackson's in need of repairs, and Tiramisu is definitely going to need to do something with a bit more anti-infantry firepower now. To help clear out the infantry, more important also the support weapons. Bring up the eastern side. 12 kills in the pack howitzer. And there you go, Paratroopers caught here by the target tank, which is very close to Veterans 1 there. Bouncing up the east side here, also going for the far reaches of the flank. The M20 being about here, scouting as well, I imagine. Spotting hit there for any threats there from Asiamint. And there you go. It found the threat, it found the tiger. And I cared me for. Too bad they also found it. There you go, the Jackson quickly moving to avenge the lost M20 crew. Got the Orbis on here eventually too versus the Viper. Oh, they're getting possibly a bit closer. They're dangerous as to the Orbital Dardan, which is great for the Orbital Dardan, but less great for the Rifle and their continued survival. But there you go, Lieutenant Charge commits Asiamint there to retreat. Oh, Jackson shoot away there and hit nothing. The Panzer meanwhile land a great hit there on it. Tiramisu and America struck here against the German army, against the Panzer Lehr. Paratroopers in the centre here being hosed down by the 5th Cavalry, which is great. It proved to be a great steal there for Asiamint versus Tiramisu. And of course the flak half-track to be a great investment. This is about to hit Veterancy 4. Which of course is just further worse news for any of Tiramisu's infantry. German almost done there for Tiramisu, at least on the way. Will it rhyme in time though? Lieutenant about to get murdered out by the almost ace level Panzer Fusiliers here. Ooh, smoke's been off, very good. Troops heading out. Sherman almost done there for Tiramisu and the 3rd Armoured Division. Panzers moving up the eastern side. Target tanks slowly moving ahead. I mean, Asiamint is more or less a sort of full pop cap, so he can't call in any more tanks if he wants to. A slight downside to all the infantry does make it hard for him to get out tanks, but on the other hand, it doesn't really look like he needs a lot of tanks. He's got, again, a sizable infantry force, which is giving Tiramisu here a very bad headache. Double Jackson, they're going for the target tank. One hits and penetrates. The other one there has its luck fizzling out there on the battlefield. Sherman is out. I imagine he's going to be switching over to high closure shields there to help deal with the infantry, as they are definitely proving to themselves to be a formidable pain in Tiramisu's posterior. Troops still reinforcing. It looks like Tiramisu's planning some sort of greater flank here against Asiamint, rather than just charging straight into the gun line every single time. It's going to catch him off guard. Very bigger flank, very good move I think there by Tiramisu. A much better move. Though without anything to keep Asiamint's focus on the centre, may of course just allow him to just quickly reposition his entire force and deal with the flank. But I like the idea at least. There is some sense to it. Troops in reinforcing. Jackson's moving ahead. We also got almost enough initiative for a cluster bomb. So well, there you go. Awkward handling of the Jacksons there, making an easy target practice here for the Germans. Veterans on that target tank, by the way, halfway to 52. Panzer moving in there, goes straight to the Sherman's line of fire. Paratroop joining as well there. 3 kills, and there you go, folks. Panzer's routed. Eastern side, we got fighting here, and flak half track actually went down there. A definite win there for Tiramisu, and a notable blow there to Asiamint, who loses one of his best anti-infantry tools there. Panzer there, 25 kills. Ace level, up moving ahead there, close to 53, 12 kills. Ram suppressed with Eastern Point here by that 50 cal, which of course is proving itself to be, again, just a great steal. Sherman there, 4 kills, halfway to it into 1. Ooh, good hit on the Panzer Fusiliers. And there you go, right from the fire, he's being murdered by the others. And we got a bomb grenade off in the retreat path as well, but not quite the best throw there against Tiramisu. Sherman puts them away there. In fact, Tiramisu almost has all 3 victory points, and he's starting to bleed out his opponent again, but he's down at 75 versus Asiamint, who still has 297. A bit of a significant difference there. Still, Tiramisu seems to at least some degree stabilised here versus Asiamint, which is great. Of course, with the loss of the flak half track, that does open up here for Asiamint getting other stuff out, plus some other losses. So he could, yeah, go for the Panther in this case, the Panzerkampfwagen 5, which then, backing up the Tiger, could possibly give Tiramisu a bad case of indigestion. 50 cops setting out there, close to the ace level there for the Germans. Germany against the Panthers in the west. Panther slowly approaching there. German advancing. Panther commander up there, rapidly getting blasted. No smoke here from Tiramisu. There we go. Jackson's rhyming, shoots, bombarding the 50 caliber. I feel like that's a bit ambitious there by Tiramisu, coming to snipe the gunner. I mean, in theory, just needs a few hits to pull through, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to work out. Anyways, Panther almost done. He's got the center point as well. He's got all 3 points now, and he's starting to slowly beat out Asiamint. Mine goes off there. Tiger tank actually suffers engine damage from it. Great there for Tiramisu. Bit awkward for Asiamint. And there you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 ready to back up the Tiger. Line for gun crew there. Exterminated by American artillery. Shem setting up for a deep flank here, possibly against Asiamint. Could be a bit risky, but could also be what needs to finish this off with. Push the west point here. No grenades from Tiramisu there, go, or Asiamint. Or whatever. None of them have precise grenades because the Germans don't need to. The Americans don't have it. Titan, we had the close 52. We got artillery called in here on his opponent's position. 50 other could be at a hard time there. Oh, he's not retreating. He's not retreating. Sherman up there, blasting infantry. There you go, direct hits here on the 5th Caliber crew, and nearby infantry as well, getting shattered by German artillery calling by that Tiger tank. Vetchi 2 gained here, 23 kills in service of Deutschland. Infantry trying to pull a hit here, but they're taking too much damage here. Tiger tanks snuffs out another American candle on the battlefields of Europe in the Feist. 5th Caliber, they're holding down infantry as well. You got 221 versus 75. Infantry, they're getting snapped out by the Tiger tank. Jackson moving up, he's trying to take out that Panther, perhaps. And we got the Panzer here. That's the Lieutenant. Artillery fire raining down. Weapons being dropped. Paratroopers almost wiped out. And the Feist here. Rifle trying to flank the 5th cal, but it only ends up in misery and despair for the rifleman. Tiramisu hard to work fixing up his armor. But can he happen it fast enough here? Can he get it done in time? Almost got the Sherman good to go. Folks going to be setting out. Pack out to find away there. Ace level, 18 kills. And Asiamint strikes blow there at Tiramisu center here. With the Panther and the Tiger infantry being suppressed a bit there. Infantry out in the open. While the Feist, we got the Panthers and the Jaegers. They're going straight for the Sherman with the rockets. And they don't fire them. Oh, there you go. One went off, another went off. Tank being put back in the center. We got 46 points left for Tiramisu. He's at the cusp of greatness, but Asiamint proudly holds the line for the fatherland against the advancing Americans. 37 versus 221 here. Tiger tank moving in. 28 kills. Troops being blasted in the center here. More hits than the Tiger tank. Down to less than half health. Rifle being slowly gutted. We got 31 versus 221. Half eights have eventually feed on the Jackson tank destroyer. Punch was here as the 50 Harbour. Picks up the Panther. 30 kills on the Tiger tank. He gets smoke bombs off here as well as he moves in. Kennedy's just doing it so he can actually contest the point there. A very cheeky move there by Asiamint. Very cheeky move. We got 8 points left here though. He's basically contesting the points. He doesn't care about the loss. He knows if he just holds them for a bit longer, he wins. There's definitely one way to try and finish it off here. Of course, if it fails, then he's pretty much out of the game, I think. But otherwise, GG as we see here. So win there for Asiamint. A loss for Tiramisu. A brutal battle here on Langraskaya. I think overall Asiamint had it because he just maneuvered better compared to Tiramisu, was much more just head-on attacks. Asiamint was good at sort of causing, well, making feints and maneuvers, slightly outplaying his opponent that way, step by step, and just gaining an overall map superiority. The flat cap attack also proved to be a huge win. And I feel like in this case, it probably shouldn't have gone for the platoon command push, but actually gone for the company command push, you know, and entertaining maybe a flat cap attack zone. I think I've done a lot of good there versus Asiamint. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.